This is LAPD. They're engaged in ongoing ceaseless group stalking, vibrating my apartment and amplifying the sound of helicopter activity, repeatedly pacing around. And that flashing light is what is light activity while they are in relevant position and amplifying helicopter activity. This is what I'm referencing in my video that I captured at 4:06 p.m. This is what I was referencing when the entity is engaging, and this is the entity, the demon-possessed, the corrupt law enforcement agency, LAPD. This is both criminal facilitation of federal group stalking and monitoring, and it's also their direct engagement in federal group stalking and monitoring. And they are repeatedly engaging in flying over my apartment, pacing around, amplifying. That is engaging what is harassment. That's intimidation by the entity that's monitoring me. That's an ongoing threat posed by the entity that's monitoring me. And they are doing so with real-time knowledge of what I both review on my phone and what I'm uploading onto my Google Drive. And so as I uploaded the video that I gathered, that I created at 4:06 p.m., that's the timestamp, that's the name of that video. The entity is engaged in what is monitoring, that is trying to stop my ability to upload it to the internet. So while it's uploading, it'll just stop and I have to re-upload it again. They are engaging in group stalking via helicopter in doing that. After they engage in what is amplifying helicopter activity, I check on the upload and it stops. This is ongoing documentation of the people of the state. This is speaking to that ongoing obsession. By the way, the entity is, again, after every video that I'm documenting, they're group stalking by helicopter. I'm documenting the fact that they're engaged in this ongoing obsessive endeavor. They are aware of that and they are continuously engaging in it. That's the purpose of capturing this video. And this is your ability to see it. But like I said, the entity is engaged in ceaseless. This is the demon-possessed law enforcement agency, the LAPD. In relevant position, directed light remains at 24/7. The entity is maintaining relevant position via the people as well. And they are engaged in that ongoing pattern of conduct with real-time knowledge of the documentation. They are right now amplifying helicopter activity, and this is, again, going against the people of the state. This is demonic activity. This is also criminal facilitation. This is exactly what the Ontario Police Department would engage in on a nightly basis in the engineered light in the specific environment where there is no sun that would be present. So that was the specific environment, and the LAPD are in the specific environment, which remains day and night. And this is the demonic behavior of pacing. They are doing like this, going back and forth by helicopter. And this is while they are monitoring. Again, they are aware of the fact that I'm capturing video of them. This is going against the prosecution of the people of the state. This is evidence that will be used against the people of the state when they are in federal court and they are faced with the evidence of their engaging in criminal monitoring and group stalking. They're in relevant position. The amplification, the light activity is criminal facilitation. The people of the state are monitoring with the LAPD. This is clearly going against the LAPD, but remember that this is documentation of the entity, and that's the people of the state as well. I also want to document the people of the state are engaged in amplification while I'm inside of my apartment. So in addition to the LAPD amplifying helicopter activity with simultaneity to what I'm doing on my phone and monitoring what I'm uploading onto the internet, the entity is amplifying the sound of third-party group stalkers walking in their apartment. That's a demon that is in relevant position, and that is the amplification that's occurring with simultaneity. Again, that's the people of the state engaging in the demonic behavior. This is ongoing terrorism. In the same way that you're looking at the impossible light activity that's inside of my apartment, these demons that are flying helicopters and these demons that are in relevant position living all around are monitoring together, engaging in what is harassment by demons who surround me together. All of this is documentation of evidence that's going to be used against the people of the state. And literally, when they are faced with a federal prosecution in court, when they're faced with losing their section, and this is just an example because I documented the people of the state that are in a whole other county and a whole other city. But when the people of the state are faced with their own criminal case in federal court and losing custody of their children, for example, and the crimes that have been documented against them, this is evidence that's going against them. This is speaking to malice. It is directly relevant to what they participated in because they're monitoring me right now. It is currently 7:23 p.m. and what you're seeing in this video is exactly what the LAPD is ceaselessly engaging in, and they are doing it with knowledge of the fact that it's being documented. And so that's speaking to malice and impunity, but they are also engaging in what is the demonic behavioral pattern, which is occurring while I'm both in operation of my communication device and engage in anything new, particularly the helicopter activity when I am documenting very damning evidence. When I expound upon, again, for the federal policy that I advocate, when I expound upon their demon possession and the environment and their behavior, like the video that I captured at 4:06 p.m. today, the entity engages in what is communicating a threat and aggression and more of this pacing with the helicopter as I try to upload that documentation. So I want to make sure that I specifically document that, and you just literally witnessed them flying directly over my apartment twice in a row. And that's, again, I've already established my credibility, and when I'm stating that they're engaged in obsessive group stalking, that's exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it with the people. And this is documentation against all, and I mean all of them. The people of the state that live in relevant position, all in relevant position, they're monitoring right now. There's sex offenders that are monitoring me inside of my private space right now. They're all engaged in what is not only what I'm doing on my communication device, but at the moment when I'm pulling my panties down, these demon-possessed, sex-offending group stalkers are aware of that as well. And they are engaged in what is a show of malice and impunity with that law enforcement agency that is repeatedly threatening my life by stalking and monitoring via helicopter. It is currently 7:25 p.m. This is P.O.C.